Yes, I'm speaking. So what I'm saying is, with respect to Order 97, the first deputy speaker has already crossed that hurdle. He gave short explanation to it. So I think that one is a... So let me, Honorable Dafiamepo, let me hear you briefly, and then I come to it, and you move on.
Speaker, very, very grateful. Speaker, this is a house of records, procedure and rules. Indeed, my brother, upon the submission by the chair of the appointments committee and the first deputy speaker, insisted that he appropriately invoked 97.3. And the issue is that I was hoping he would have submitted forcefully that there's no evidence of that brief explanatory memorandum being given. I was hoping that he would have insisted that there's no such evidence before the House. But the chairman of the committee insisted that in invoking 97.2, he elected to give that short explanatory explanation in respect of the memorandum. So I think the issue is about what will constitute that brief explanation or short explanation. It's up to this House to decide. But whatever it is, once he submits that as part of his presentation, the short explanation has been given, then my brother should accede that then 97.2 has been satisfied. So there will be no need to now invoke 97.3. It is when 2 has not been complied with that you invoke 3. With all due respect to him. I thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you very much. Yes. Honorable Minority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, I have followed the discussions on the floor. I respected Senior at the bar, the first deputy speaker. He's done 23 years or more at the bar. His law is solid. His courtroom practice comes with excellence. I respect his views. I believe that sometimes when we are young, our approach may not be the way the elderly would want to approach things. So I can understand how he feels. And I would say that when we meet at the coffee area, I'm sure my respected colleague and junior at the bar and junior in the House would find space to further engage you, and I'll facilitate that. But that notwithstanding, colleagues, this is an opportunity for us to manage ourselves. Best practices will require that where you hold a different view, you make a forceful submission and use the word or the phrase, I disagree, with respect. So you never say somebody is wrong when it comes to a debate. But, Mr. Speaker, this matter was brought to the fore by our respected colleague, Kojo Oponkroma, this morning, which is good. It's been a good teaser, and I'm happy it's being explored. I always tell people that the best way to develop our standing orders will be to tease it out and encourage a healthy debate on same. So it's good that today, or the 97 has come to the fore. In fact, the respected Honorable Ayariga, who sooner than later will assume the black seat, actually took us through some intellectual debate. And I nicely chickened out when I realized that my arguments were very weak, and I found a way to invoke jurisprudence, Mr. Speaker. You know how we survive when things are difficult. So I was going around and all. But anyway, that's the beauty of democracy. So I'm sure Honorable Ahiafo, our respected colleague, Bafo, has taken a cue. Please, it's good you didn't take the matter too serious, but I'm sure in future he would find a better way of disagreeing with you and take it as it is. Forgive and forget. Is that okay? Yes. So you take it that it's misconceived, it's withdrawn. And in its place, the appropriate phrase is that he disagrees with you. Mr. Speaker, I shall...
Thank you very much. Honorable members, I hope the reports have been distributed. Have the reports been distributed? Very well. If the reports are yet to be distributed, honorable members, honorable member, you need to catch my eye. Honorable member, you need to catch my eye, please.
Speaker, reports have been generally distributed. The leader just walked in. If he hasn't got a copy,
fine. So that's why I just wanted to find out whether the reports have been distributed. Honorable members, may you take your seats?
Why?
Leadership, please take your seats first. Please, leadership, you help the chair to manage the House. Honorable members, new leaders who are here to take the right side of leadership. It's you, together with the minority, that will help the chair to manage the House. So please, let's bear in mind that we are here to do government business and to work for Ghana. So let's help each other so that once we come here, you'll be able to progress whatever is ahead of us. But before I will invite any member to speak, kindly allow me to turn you to page 2 of today's order paper, item listed 4. Honorable members, page 2, item listed 4. Message from the President. We have received a message from the Presidency, of which message I'm going to read to the House. Nomination of ministers for parliamentary approval. In accordance with Article 78(1) and 2561 of the Constitution of the Republic of Ghana, 1992,
Tony,
I submit through you, Mr. Speaker, to Parliament for your prior approval the names of persons attached hereto I intend to appoint as ministers. The nominees' credentials and records of service demonstrate their competence to support the government's agenda and serve the people of Ghana effectively. Attached are their curriculum vitae and supporting documents for vetting. I trust that Parliament will expedite the approval process in accordance with constitutional requirements. Accept, Mr. Speaker, the assurance of my highest consideration. Signed, John Dramani Mahama, the President of the Republic of Ghana. And it was addressed to the Speaker of Parliament, and The names are regional ministers: Posin Charles Ruanga for Upper West Region, Joseph Ade Akwabua for Bono Region, Francis Owusu Entry for Bono East Region. For the ministers of states, we have Dr. Edward Kofi Omane Boama for Ministry of Defense, Honorable Samuel Nate George, MP, for Ministry of Communication, Digital Technology and Innovations. Honorable Emmanuel Ama Kufibua, MP, Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources. Honorable Kofi Idie Adams, MP, Ministry of Sports and Recreation. Honorable Abdul Rashid H. Pelpo, MP, Ministry of Labor, Jobs and Employment. Honorable Kwabena Minta Akando, MP, Ministry of Health. Honorable Ibrahim Mutala Muhammad, MP, Ministry of Environment, Science and Technology. Honorable Joseph Bukali Nipe, MP, Ministry of Transport. Honorable Muntaka Muhammad Mubarak, MP, Ministry of Interior. Honorable Samuel Okujeto Abrakwa, MP, Ministry of Foreign Affairs. Mr. A.J. Kenneth Gilbert, Ministry of Works, Housing and Water Resources. Honorable Emmanuel Kojo Ajekum, MP, Minister of State in charge of Special Initiatives. Honorable Ferris Kwache Ofosu, MP, Minister of State, Government Communications. And finally, Mr. Isifu Seidu, Minister of State, Climate Change and Sustainability. The list is accordingly referred to the Appointment Committee for consideration and report. Yes, Minority Leader.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, we appreciate the step taken by you to bring to the attention of the House this communication from His Excellency the President, particularly so when same was signed by him. We note that quite a number of the appointees, the nominees, are from Parliament, and we therefore appreciate the work of this chamber. On our side, we want to signal the government that we will treat the nominees on case-by-case basis. For those who disrespect rule of law and encourage violence, we will have to make a case for them to know that violence cannot be used to enjoy democracy. Mr. Speaker, we're also disappointed in the choice of the president. There are a lot of women on his side. We've had over 30 women being elected to parliament from the NDC majority side. In view of the affirmative action posture of the country, we have passed the affirmative action law. And of all these hard-working women, only a few of them have so far been given substantive ministerial appointments. Is it the case that they are matching them for deputy ministerial appointments? That is not right. Our women cannot be second-class appointees. Mr. President must demonstrate his belief in the capacity, the capability, and the competences of our women. And he must demonstrate that. The Nana Akufo-Addo government demonstrated that women have equal capacity as men. And he demonstrated that. He did that in all his appointments. And the records are out there for all to see. Mr. Speaker, this is Greater Accra. This is Greater Accra. A government should have a representation of all shades of opinion. All stakeholders must find space in a government. In this government, we are not seeing indigenous guns in this government. Yes, we are not seeing. We are not seeing sufficient indigenous gun adangwes
Leader.
in this government.
Leader. Hold on.
Oh, very well, Mr. Speaker. On a point of order.
Yeah.
Okay.
Speaker,
Yes.
I rise on a point of order that the minority leader, I'm an authority on the rules of parliament. Mr.
Okay,
Speaker,
Honorable Dafiamapo.
Mr. Speaker,
Honorable
Mr.
Dafiamapo.
Mr. Speaker,
If you are the authority, then give us the order.
Mr. Speaker, with all due respect.
I was just
Mr.
overlooking
Speaker, with all due respect.
what this side was saying.
Mr.
But
Speaker,
if you say
Mr.
you
Speaker,
are
I rise on a point of order in terms of misinformation.
no, the point
Mr.
is
Speaker,
the point is
Mr. Speaker,
Nelson.
on the matter that
Nelson.
on the matter, Mr. Speaker,
Honorable Nelson.
Mr. Speaker, on the matter that the
Honorable
tangent the
Dafiamapo.
minority leader is taking, it's a very dangerous one.
Honorable leader.
You rise and you speak about tribalism. You
Honorable
Mr.
Speaker. Honorable Dafiamapo. Honorable Dafiamapo, please. I said earlier on, Honorable Dafiamapo, I said earlier on that it is the leadership that will help the chair to manage the house. So if you are speaking and I want you to hold on and you didn't listen to me, then I find it a bit problematic. Because minority leader was speaking, you rose up, I just saw you, I asked him to stop. So if you're also speaking, and for whatever reason I'm asking you to hold on, You should also respect the chair. Anyway, so you conclude.
Speaker, with all due respect to the minority leader, the tangent that he's taking is very dangerous. The minority leader, the tangent he's taking is very dangerous for the cohesion of this nation. The president has not exhausted his appointments. The president has the executive authority to make over 7,000 appointments. Over 7,000 appointments. We run an executive president in this country, and guns will continue to occupy a very important and enviable position in this government. So the claim that is made on this floor, this hallowed floor, he must withdraw it, Mr. Speaker. Number one, he will withdraw. He will withdraw because there's no basis for putting out such an information. Mr. Speaker, you must urge it upon the minority leader to withdraw that comment.
Yes.
Mr. Speaker, second, Mr. Speaker, the business before us, before you decided to invoke item number 1 on the order paper to, as it were, read the communication from the presidency to the House, was for us to conclude the debate on the motion that has been ably moved by the chairperson of the Appointments Committee, the First Deputy Speaker, and seconded. We have agreed on the number of persons who will contribute towards the debate. So, Mr. Speaker, may I urge you that we conclude that business, because that business is in abeyance. Let's conclude that business. Then the minority leader can have his say and whatever it is on this matter. Then we can bring finality. But may I urge you, may I plead with you that we conclude the business in respect of the motion that is presently pending before the House. I humbly submit. Thank you very much.
Well. Yes. Honorable Majority Leader, Minority Leader, I still keep on. No. I want Honorable Afenyo to be on his feet. I want him to conclude what he was saying so that we... No, Honorable Afenyo... Honorable members, the House is run procedurally. He was speaking, somebody came on point of order. So after the point of order, I
Speaker, with respect, if you bear endure me, Speaker, if for nothing at all, I'm in leadership. And in this House, the convention and practice has been that when any of us in leadership rises, at least we'll listen to the person. Speaker, would you listen to me?
Yes, I want the majority. I will listen to you, but I want a minority leader to conclude what he was saying. Then,
if he concludes, what I'm going to say will be mute. I want to respond to some of the things Honorable Dafemepo spoke to. Speaker, I thank you. I thank you for your patience. First of all, I want my colleague, who I know eventually he will come into leadership, to appreciate one fact. It's a marathon, 4 years. You are going to be in leadership for a marathon period. You should hasten slowly. Yeah, this temptation of my colleague suddenly getting angry. So listen. He suddenly gets angry, he gets into a certain mood. It's inappropriate. First of all, you made a point which, Honorable Dafemepo, it was totally inappropriate to say that I am an authority on the rules. The interpretation of the orders lies in the bosom of the Speaker, not you. You cannot be an authority when it comes to the interpretation of the rules. That is wrong. Speaker, so he should get that correctly put out. Again, if I were you, when the leader was speaking, I would rather be taking notes. He's made very important points. You are not listening. Take note and transmit same to His Excellency the President. They are conspicuously missing our guns. Is that not a fact? We don't have guns in the appointment so far. How many airways are there featuring in the appointment names that are put out so far? You should take note and communicate same to His Excellency the President to make amends. Don't show aggression Well, you can decide to defend it, but so far the names that have come out, Mr. Speaker, the minority leader couldn't have captured it better when he said guns are conspicuously missing. What is your defense to that? Airways are conspicuously missing. The Constitution makes provision for regional balance in such appointment. And you know this. You know this. And so, our advice to them, you have, and besides the point, Speaker, is he available leader or is the whip? I don't know which is which. Is he the available leader or is the majority whip? You should rather take a cue and communicate same to His Excellency the President. Honorable, what is it? Madina, sit down, sit down, sit down, sit down, sit down. He's obviously seeking attention for His Excellency the President to see you. You have lost out on the selection. What do you want to say? You have lost out. Sit down. You have lost out. The names are out. The guys have lost out. The airways have lost out. You should be communicating this with His Excellency the President, not defending it. What are you going to say? Stop defending it. It's wrong.
Honorable members, honorable members, honorable members, we can take things lightly. At times, if you are not careful, we can also instigate certain actions. I think it is the prerogative of the president to nominate ASA. And I know the Constitution also enjoins him to at least be guided with regional balance. I believe he might be doing that. I have personally not checked with the names, but if minority leader sees, you have checked. So, honorable member, let him finish so that we can go to the substantive matter. Because these are all, let's minority leader finishes so that we can go to the substantive matter of the second appointment committee's report. Please, minority leader, please finish it up for us.
Mr. Speaker, thank you very much. Mr. Speaker, I shall refer my colleagues to Article 35, 5B. 6B of the Constitution, 35(6)B. Quote, towards the achievement of the objectives stated in Clause 5 of this article, the state shall take appropriate measures to achieve reasonable regional and gender balance in recruitment and appointment of public officers. The state and its government is headed by the president, who alone has executive powers of state. If you read Article 58 of the Constitution, Mr. Speaker, for the avoidance of doubt, Article 58 of the Constitution provides, the executive authority of Ghana shall vest in the president and shall be exercised in accordance with the provisions of this Constitution. So I agree with you that Mr. President has the prerogative. But that prerogative, as you again said, must be exercised within the ambit of the Constitution, and that is provided for by Article 35, 6B. Mr. Speaker, my observation is well-founded. So far, we have had chief executive appointments. These chief executive appointments to state-owned institutions have no regional balance. These appointments have no regional balance.
the appointment to ministerial office thus far cannot be said to have a fair representation. I've already argued the gender imbalance. I've already made that argument. I will not go there. We have Western region. We have Central region. We have Greater Accra, which is predominantly made up of Gans and Adangwes. We have Volta region, generally made up of Evers and Loss. How many of them are being appointed into this government? We have Oti region. How many from Oti are getting the opportunity? Mr. Speaker, if you go to Upper West, Northeast, Mr. Speaker, in the Northeast, they are predominantly Mamprushes. Yes, it's a fact. Yes, it's a fact. Are we seeing a representation of them? This is a constitutional requirement. It is in the Constitution. Mr. Speaker, all we are saying is, Mr. President, check the Constitution. Mr. Speaker, maybe I should walk my colleagues through memory lane. When President Kufuor, listen, please, colleagues, we are not just talking. When President Kufuor was in office, I recall, was it his first term or second term? Mr. Speaker, in his first term, it got to a point during the appointment, somebody asked President Kufuor about this same matter. And he said, oh, he's made an appointment to Upper East Regional Minister. He said, no, in your cabinet, at least there should be a representation from all corners of the country. Upper West, very well, thank you. Mr. President, at the time, therefore, make sure that somebody was appointed to fill a Minister of State.
Kasim Kasanga.
Very well, thank you, Mr. Speaker. Professor Kasim Kasanga, therefore, came in to fill the Lands Ministry. Our friends should listen. You have come into government. Any useful comment you oppose, you are behaving as though you are in opposition. Please listen to us. At least when you first made that first mistake of letting a secretary to president write to us, and we corrected. Now today, Mr. President himself is writing. Mr. Speaker, I would plead with my colleagues that when we make comments, they should convey to the presidency. Honorable Dafia Meko is now telling us that Mr. President has up to 7,000 appointees to appoint. He says Mr. President has 7,000. Really? So it is no more 60 appointees. Now you are saying, you are telling us that 7,000. So you are going to appoint 7,000
Honorable leader,
soldiers.
Thank you. You've made your point.
Let me conclude. He is now saying that we should wait. Early days yet. The president is going to appoint 7,000 people. So that we are going to have 7,000 appointees. That is what you are telling us. Mr. Speaker, if that is true, then we'll wait. We'll wait for the 7,000 appointees to come, and then we'll now assess them on whether or not there is a true balance. Because I am looking forward to seeing Ewes, Gan Adangwes.
Thank you, leader.
Looking forward to seeing more Kusasis and Mamprushes, Gonjes, Dagombas in this government. I want to see more of them.
Thank
we don't
you,
want
leader.
one-way appointments.
Thank you, leader.
It should be constitutional. Thank you so much, sir.
Well.